Assalamu alaikum, how are you all? So, every time I have the intention to talk about the social, cultural, and the political matters. And right now, from this video, I would like to give you the economic situation in Bangladesh. Before 5th August, there is a very good situation. People are doing good in the economic sector, and there is no problem actually exist in Bangladesh. That means before 5th August, people usually made a very good historical improvement in the economic sector. And you know that in the Bangladeshi perspective, the two mega projects for the multipurpose bridge and metro rail has already been established in the Bengal. That means Bangladesh was getting through the biggest club of the economic satisfaction and the economic integration in the year 2023 to 2025. Aftermath, whenever the Sheikh Hasina government failed to do absolute mechanism in remaking the economic sector and the economic condolence, in that time the general people think that this is the last time and the last dance for Sheikh Hasina regime. So whenever the interim government was came in power, they made a very good satisfaction measurement in the economic sector. And in that time, the persons who are staying in the foreign country, they contributed huge amount of money for the economic development, for the infrastructural development, for the social development, and for the pro-political development for the concept of the Bangladesh. So my question is that in that time, the economic destruction, economic situation has been organized in the philosophy of Bangladesh and the Bangladeshi culture. In that mechanism, it is actually a very good conscience and very good addition for the economic sector of Bangladesh. So before making a very good review over the economic sector in Bangladesh, I have to mention some of the biggest limitation of our economical insight and the economical practice. The first reason is that we have absolute corruption. Even every persons in Bangladesh, they are corrupted from top to bottom. Our stakeholders, our government employee, even the persons who has interest in the legal and the non-legal sector, they all are connected in the corruption. Whenever you are connecting in the corruption, you will never give up from the strategy of the corruption related activities. So that is one kind of big burden for you as a common citizen, as a general citizen of Bangladesh. The second reason is that this is the infrastructural development. Whenever you will have faced lots of infrastructural development in your common criteria, in your common states, then the thing is that you will not give up from the strategy of the infrastructural development in Bangladesh. So there is one thing in the hand of the Bangladeshi government. Bangladeshi government can make a middle class dilemma, and in that middle class dilemma, all kinds of stakeholders and the Bangladeshi people, they can take part to reduce the economical constraints and the economical limitation in Bangladesh, and that would be much more better for the perspective of Bangladesh in reshaping and interpreting the sustainable development project in Bangladesh. The third reason is that whenever you have lots of economic limitation, how you will be more commemorate your economic context in the perspective of the Asian jurisprudence, in the perspective of the Asian context. So if I make a basic glaring example of economic sector in Bangladesh, Singapore is lesser than Bangladeshi geographical identification, but Singapore's core identification, their strategical data, even they had been taking a very good strategy for the common development of the people of the Singapore. So in that perspective, I think that Bangladeshi people, they are lagging behind in remaking the economical situation in Bangladesh. So that would be much more better for the common development, common perspective of Bangladeshi situation. And in that mechanism, we will be become a more sophisticated and more strong country in the future time. But before that, to make a very good economical strategy, to make a very good sustainable strategy in our banking sector or in our economic sector, in that mechanism, definitely Bangladeshi people have to take some authentic information that would be much more better for the biggest interpretation and for the biggest context of the Bangladeshi practice and the Bangladeshi situation. So we have many kinds of issues in our hand, but we are not make a comparative development than the India, Pakistan. So in that glaring example, we can take the example of India. India is a biggest democratic country. They have everything, but they did not take any kind of ineffective development project that would be so much devastating for the perspective of India. That would be so much installment basis for the economic context of India. So in that perspective, Bangladesh is far better than the context of India, because Bangladesh has lots of geographical identification. Bangladesh has lots of issues whether Bangladesh can income huge amount of money for the common development of the people of Bangladesh. So I can share some of the recommendation how the Bangladeshi government can make a basic development through the sustainable development project in the economic context of Bangladesh. The first reason is that we have a budget problem. Even the budget problem is only for our reduction in tax and rebate in tax. So I think that if Bangladeshi government is make a very good policy for the taxpayer system and for the all kinds of people in Bangladesh, then in the future time it will never be a very big problem. Whenever it will not be a very big problem, then our economy will be so increased after 20 or 30 years later. The second reason is that we have to invest more in our garment sector. Whenever we will invest more in our garment sector, we will definitely take this advantage after 50 years later, inshallah. So right now we are also getting lots of advantage and social convenience from the garment sector in Bangladesh, because before in the time of 1980s and the 1990s, Bangladesh had invested more in the garment sector, and in reiteration we're getting this type of advantage right now in Bangladesh. So if I make a huge investment procedure in the context of the Bangladeshi situation in the garment sector, in the political sector, even in the infrastructural development sector, in reiteration that will be more double in the future time also. And by this way we will get more informative installment